Austin.
All right, I'm good. Come here. This ball is for you. Come here. Yeah. There you go. You know it. I get a hug too. Good. Where your phone? Come here. Go get a selfie. Go get the phone. Go get the phone. We got young people do selfies. They don't do pictures like us. All right, that's how we do it. And they're throwing some balls that I autographed into the crowd, so that's very cool. Please give Karen, this wonderful doctor who sponsored everything, and please give her a hand right quick. She walked me out.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. First of all, let me just say God is so good. It's a blessing to be here this morning. And I first want to thank you because Alvin, our dog, and my wife said, please thank everybody here because what a blessing you are for pet lovers like myself. We have 2 dogs, and thank you, and thank you, because we wouldn't know what to do without you. And you're a blessing to not only the animals, but to their pet owners as well. And so never forget that you've been blessed with a special gift. With a special gift. And sometimes pet owners like myself, maybe we don't thank you enough, pat you on the back enough. But I want to say thank you for all of those people who rush in and don't say thank you after you saved their animal or made them feel better and bring relief to us. Because my wife goes crazy. I don't know what to do when the dog gets sick. And so I'm trying to console her until you guys do your job. And so thank you. I'm from Lansing, Michigan. Go green. Yes, go green. Yes, so when I think about my journey, it's been on the basketball court first. And I won every championship from 3rd grade to the 9th grade, because that's what I'm about, winning. And I got bused across town as I entered high school. And I had gone to all black schools before that, and now busing came in. And so I got bused to an all white school. And there was some racial tension for about 3 straight weeks. And as the bus pulled up for the 4th week, Dr. Troop, our principal, he jumped on the bus and said, Irvin Johnson, come with me. So, you know, when you're 15 years old, you think you're in trouble. Come on, get a picture. Don't be shy. Come on, you can get a picture. Bring mom, bring him with you. That way, because he's been waving at me since I got here, so I got to get a picture with him. Come on, that's okay. We're gonna get a picture together. Come on, with mom. Okay, look at the camera. You gonna give me a high five? There you go. All right. I was shy once too, so I understand that. And so Dr. Troop said, come to my office. And we had a great quarterback. He was white, he was sitting there, who We had a really good football team. And so he told him, you're gonna stop all the white kids from fighting. And he turned to me and said, you're gonna stop all the black kids from fighting. Now, I've been a leader all my life on the basketball court. I know what to do on the basketball court. But he's asking me to do something I've never done before. And I said, Dr. Truth, I just got here. Won't you get a junior or a senior to talk to the students? He said, no, they won't listen to them, but they'll listen to you. Just at that moment, my life changed forever. And sure enough, I went to the auditorium, talked to the students, said how important it is, first that we respect them and they're gonna respect us. We gotta get our education. It's all gonna blow over, and sure enough, that's what happened. And then a couple weeks later, basketball season started. What's your name, young man? Clement. So, this is what happened. The polls came out, and they picked Everett High School to come in last place. Magic and Everett High School and losing don't go together, right? That's not who I am. Last place, I don't know nothing about last place. What do they know? That's right, that's right. That's right. So sports has a way of bringing everybody together. We don't care who we sit next to. We just come and cheer for our favorite team. And that helped the school heal too at the same time. So we got off to an 8-0 start. They were shocked. Everybody in the state of Michigan was shocked that Everett High School was undefeated. And we went to go play a school that was supposed to be a powerhouse school in the state of Michigan. And they picked them to blow us out, Dr. Howe, by 25 points. But in return, we blew them out by 30 points on their home court. And that 15-year-old named, at that time, Irvin Johnson, scored 38 points, 20 rebounds, 16 assists, and 10 steals. That was my first triple-double at 15 years old, right? So the sports writer came in, Dr. Howell, he said, I gotta give you a nickname for that performance. Somebody's already called Dr. J, somebody's already called Big E. I wanna call you Magic. So that's how I got my nickname. At 15 years old. 2 years later, I led that school to its only state championship when they said I couldn't do it. And I love when people say I can't do something, because I love proving people wrong. So it was time to decide what college to go to. Everybody was recruiting me, but I'm a mama's boy. And I wanted to stay close to home. And I have 6 sisters, 3 brothers. So they had never missed a game, so I wanted to stay and go to Michigan State University. And, oh, thank you. And again, they said, no way at your height you can play point guard in college basketball. Oh, I love when they say I can't do something. So I had to prove them wrong, and sure enough, we won the Big Ten my first year. We go all the way to the Final 8. Kentucky beat us, and I had a big decision to make whether to turn pro or go back to school. And this is a great story for all of us who are 50 and over. This is a great story. So we fly down to Kansas City. At that time, Kansas City Kings were playing in Kansas City. How are you, sir? And Gary, my father and I flew down there. We met with the general manager. He said, hey, I'm gonna give you $200,000 for 6 years. $200,000 a year. I grew up broke my whole life. I was poor. So I'm thinking, that's pretty good, you know. I'm smiling, yeah. My dad said, time out. Grabbed me, brought me in the hallway and said, you've been poor for 19 years, you can be poor 1 more year. You're going back to school. So, yes, sir. So I go back to school, which was really great. And we go, Gary, we go all the way to the finals, Gary. And I'm playing this blonde hair dude. Don't say that. This guy hollered, Boston. I still hate that dude today. Why did I say that? Because he's so good. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, and please holler out his name. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Bird.
I still hate him. I still hate him. That guy had led his school to a 33-5 season. Who does that? Larry, I mean, that's crazy to think about. He didn't lose one college game. We lost 6. And I said, man. So on that Monday night, 45 years ago, that game is still the #1 watch, not college basketball game of all time. Is that crazy? Indiana State, Michigan State, 45 years ago. Still today, there's been no game that had more viewership than Indiana State, Michigan State. We can clap for that, because that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So, we had to take the Birdman down on that Monday night. And we ended up beating Indiana State. And now all my dreams and goals that I had for college, and my father finally gave me the nod that I could turn pro. And led the Lakers to 5 championships, went to the finals 9 times in 12 years. What a run we had. What a run. And that Bird guy, Larry and I changed basketball forever. And when you think about, we put the madness in March, then we turned the NBA around. And together, we did it together. Two guys that could do it all on the basketball court, but also cared more about passing the basketball than scoring the basketball. And that was really the beauty of our game. And we're seeing that now, right? You think about Angel Reese and give Caitlin Clark a lot of credit for what they've done for the women's game. Yeah. I don't want anybody to forget this. Everything that the WNBA and women professionals were fighting for, they finally have. And it's the direct result of that young lady, Caitlin Clark, first, and Angel Reese, and the other Brink, and all the other talented rookies that we have. Now they can fly on private planes now. They didn't have that before. Now the salaries will go up because the TV contract will go up. So we got to give her a lot of credit. And so I just want people to understand that the young lady has done her job. So, and I think it's just like what Larry and I did for the NBA that Angel and Caitlin would do for the WNBA. So after I left there, I decided to invest the money that I had saved, and that's a rarity when it comes to athletes. They usually spend more than they make, but I saved my money, and I wanted to make a difference in urban America because we needed more job opportunities in the Black and brown community. So I wanted to make sure when I did my first investment, not only am I want to make money, but I want to make a difference too. And I think you can do the same. You can do both at the same time, right? You can do well, do good at the same time. So I started Magic Johnson Theaters, and we created about 125 jobs within the urban community, built 7 of those. AMC bought us all out. I went up to Seattle, knocked on the guy's door named Howard Schultz, chairman, CEO of Starbucks, and said, hey, minorities, we like coffee too. So won't you build something in my community? And so we became partners. How you doing, sweetheart? Mary Beth, how you doing?
Great.
I love that pink, beautiful one.
Thank you.
How long you been a part of this association?
All my life.
That's it right there. I've been playing basketball all my life. I'm about to be 65 in August. And I can still play, but I'm just slower. Come here, stand up and take a picture with me. Somebody take a picture for Mary Beth. All our lives, she's been doing her thing, I've been doing my thing. That's why That's why I pulled you up, because I knew you were special.
Well, thank you.
The first female president? Oh my, you didn't tell me the resume. Man, royalty. God is so good. Go ahead and have a seat there. You just, man, you the first, I'm the first. Man, I was the first rookie to be named MVP in the finals, you know. You and I have done some firsts. I know it was something about you. So, I went up to Seattle and met with Howard Schultz and told him that the growth of his business would be through urban America. And he said, well, imagine we don't do franchisees. I said, well, I'll be your partner. And he came down to see how I managed my theaters. And sure enough, he saw a lot of customers coming through our doors, and it was a really beautiful thing. And it was so funny that day because Waiting to Exhale, Whitney Houston's first movie, was out that Friday night. So I had about 5,000 African-American women wrapped around the corner to get in to see this movie, right? And it was alive, you know. He saw the concession stand, people were spending money, and sure enough, the movie started. And I tried to grab him, tell him that we go to the movies different than everybody else. And I couldn't grab him in time, so as the movie started, about 30 minutes in, all the women start talking to the screen. Whitney, why you still with him? Dump him. And he was so amused by this was happening that he pulled me out into the concourse and he said, Magic, you got the deal. Let's build 125 Starbucks in 40 different markets. And it was amazing. And create a lot of jobs for Latinos and African Americans right in their own community. And so that's how you change your community, right? You create job opportunities, you give contracts to minority and women-owned companies, and sure enough, I was able to do that. Dr. John, what's your favorite music group?
Oh my gosh.
Gotta have somebody.
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. Okay, so John, when I started my Starbucks, John, I had to change the desserts first because we minorities, we quite don't know what scones are, so I had to take the scones out of my Starbucks. Put sweet potato pie, peach cobbler, pecan pie, you know, those type of things, Sakatumi cake. And John, I'm sorry to say, my friend, I had to take Garth Brooks out of my Starbucks. That would not work with, but you know, Michael Jackson, Prince, Earth, Wind and Fire, Lionel Richie. Okay, you cool with that? Because I like Garth. I met him, and we've been at a couple of different functions, and he's still packing them in too. So give me a high five on that one. That's a good one. And give me a picture. Come on, stand up, get a picture. Yeah. John and I got to. Thank you, John. And so, I sold all of the Starbucks, and at the same time, I was an owner of the Lakers, and rest his soul, and bless him, Kobe Bryant. Can we clap for Kobe right quick there? And so, I was able to sell both the Lakers and Starbucks at the same time. And it was important that I started giving back even more. So Cookie and I, my wife, we decided to do scholarships for a lot of minority students had grades to go to college, but they didn't have the financial means to go. So we've now given to date over 10,000 scholarships to minority and send them to college. And I feel really good at night that I know that we're blessing others. I've been blessed so much. Somebody helped me to get to where I am today. All my coaches helped me to get to the NBA, but all my mentors helped me to be and become a business owner. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing here today telling you all these amazing stories. And so somebody helped you to get to where you are. Whether that's your parents, whether that's a teacher, a professor, a good friend, somebody helped you along the way. So our blessing is, since you've been blessed by them, you gotta bless somebody else, right? And what's so unique about all of you is the fact that somebody's watching you saying, I wanna be just like you. Somebody's watching you saying, I wanna be a veterinarian just like John. I wanna lead just like Mary and Beth. And it's a blessing when people can say, man, I want to be like him or her. They're doing great work. They're also giving back, making the community better. And so that's what I'm all about. How can I make things better in the community that I grew up in? And so it's a true blessing that my mentors helped me along the way. When I looked up, I've always wanted to be an NFL owner, and a year ago I got blessed. Josh Harris called me up and said, hey, I'm buying the Washington Commanders, and I want you to be a part of it. And the first interview I gave was, and I said this is not just for me. This is for a lot of minorities. African Americans can say, we now are part of the NFL. So it was a beautiful thing for me to break down some barriers that wasn't happening before. Again, in MLB, being the first African American owner in Major League Baseball to own the Dodgers. And so, yeah, back to you, sir. And what a blessing it is. And I knew it was something good when my mom came to the game. It was the first inning, and I heard her crying. So I turned, Mom, what's wrong? She said, your father and your grandfather used to listen to the Brooklyn Dodgers when Jackie Robinson was playing. And now my son is one of the owners of the team. What a blessing. So, again, that's what it's all about. So I never forget her face, never forget her smile in terms of what that meant, not only to myself and others, but what it meant to my mother. And so when I think about all the young people stand up. I want young people to stand up. Yeah, all of, because you got a lot of young people from colleges. Yeah, you got a lot of young people here. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, come on, stand up. I want to see them. All right. Especially college students and high school students. That's what I'm talking about. College students. No, don't sit down. You're still young. Stand up. Why did I say that? This is very important. You want to get in this industry, which is great, or you're in this industry. You should leave with about 10 to 20 cards of all these incredible people. When I got into business and I went to conferences like this, I had at least 50 cards in my pocket. Networking is one of the most important things you can do at this conference. Make sure you take advantage of all these incredible experts who have been in the business for a long time. Ask them if they would mind mentoring you, helping you out. Or if you can call them, ask them questions. Very important. Don't let this conference 4 or 5 days go by and you don't meet people, shake hands with people, ask them questions, go by those booths, asking people questions. The only reason I'm standing here, that's what I did. I'm gonna tell you a quick story, so sit down real quick. I went to a Disney conference. I have a facility and food service company called Sodexo Magic. Went to a conference just like this, had about 3,000 or 4,000 minorities who wanted to do business with Disney. The man said, hey, when I want 10 million napkins, you gotta be able to deliver 10 million napkins. I turned to all my team and said, we're not ready. We're not ready. We're not set up. So what I did was I ran when the conference was over, all the Disney people were up on stage, I ran up there, got every car. And I told them, I'm not ready now, but in 3 years I'm gonna be ready. I kept in touch with them. What do I have to do to get ready? Sure enough, 3 years later, the Disneyland contract came out. And because they gave me all the information I needed, I won the RFP. And now, 275,000 people, 3 times a day, I feed them at Disneyland, right? So, stop, no clapping. I told my team, if we over-deliver to Disneyland, it'll put us in a position to get Disney World, which is a bigger contract. That contract came, Mary Beth, 3 years later, that contract came out for bid, and Mary Beth, I won, and now I have both contracts. That's 425,000 people. And that park never closes like Disneyland. So our service is running 24 hours a day. Because you got people underneath the ground. Isn't that crazy? Everything is underneath. It's not on top, it's underneath. So young people, the reason I told you that is because if I didn't do what I did, I need your car, I need your car, I need your car, I wouldn't have won these 2 major contracts. I wouldn't have known what to put on the RFP when it came out. So don't come here and not meet people, not network with these incredible people who've been in this business for a long time, who are so nice, they will offer you advice. So that's just a key, such a key. Young people, sometimes we get caught and we can't speak because we've been texting too much. I made my kids call me. You want some money? Okay, call me and ask me. You can't text me no more, sweetheart. They can't text me no more. Dad, I need money. Call me and say, Dad, I need money. Then I might give it to you. No, you don't give it to them. But what I mean by that is sometimes the human connection, conversation. And we're old school, so all of us want you to talk to us. Clap, all the old schoolers, we gotta clap. Listen, I tell them all the time, even my team, who are all young people, I don't text. Well, let me teach you. I don't want to learn. I don't text, I don't email. And so I said, I got over 20,000 people that can text for me. So it's a blessing. So, I am so happy to be here. Oh, you thought I was gonna miss you in that beautiful blue suit. Come on, stand on up. I want, give me 5 young people. I want them to come up and ask me a question. 5 young people, come on up. Can we get a picture together? Is that okay? Okay, let's get a picture. God bless you too, okay? That's a beautiful dress and jacket you got. Give her a hand, please. All right. Oh man, you laid it down already. What you got to tell everybody? Say, what you want first? Want me to do what?
Can you sign my jersey?
Okay, that's first, and then tell them what else you want.
Can you have my book that I wrote and my business card?
Mati dari apa?
You didn't tell me what your business.
I'm a sports author and I like reenacting and I play basketball.
All right, get over there. I'm gonna see what type of hops you have. Take your badge off. Put it down real quick. You're gonna jump up real high. Put the pen down too. And you're gonna chest bump me. I'm gonna see if you got hops. Okay, you're gonna chest bump. Okay. Now you gotta get a nice start, so you better get back a little bit. Okay. All right, now remember my chest up here though. Remember. Okay. Ready? Go. When will we be ready to do some business, little man? Give his book. You know, he said he gave it to me. Yeah, he gave it to me. He said, Magic, I made a book for you. So, and then he gave me his business card. So I'm gonna put the business card in my pocket so I don't forget that in the book too. Okay, first question.
Yes, sir. I was wondering, I think other than what you said, if you could give one word for us to remember as like vet students and young people, what would be the most important thing for us to leave out of here with?
Great question. First, be the first one at work. Last one to leave. When you get there and they have time, ask a lot of questions. Young lady fresh out of UCLA Business School was my receptionist. She came in first, early, last one to leave, asking a lot of questions. And I saw that she just gravitated to knowledge. She wanted to grow within the business. So I promoted her fast because she was outstanding, right? And so next thing, she blossomed in that role. So I made her a VP. She blossomed and grew in that role and became an expert. So I made her a president. She was outstanding in that role, and now she's a COO, all the way from the receptionist to the COO. Why? Because she gravitated to knowledge. First one there, did everything you wanted her to do and more. So I want you to over-deliver to your manager, to the company, to the brand, okay? But knowledge is the key for us, knowledge. So look at all these great people. You gotta get cards from these people, stay in touch with them. How can I grow? What can I do, okay? All right, you got it? All right, do me a selfie, let's go, get a selfie. Your sister, oh, come on, both of you.
What would we just say to people who are trying to stop living paycheck to paycheck?
Well, I say first, I want you to get a board and write down on that whiteboard, what's your goals? How can you change living paycheck to paycheck? Number one, you gotta start saving. That's the first thing. Even though it's a paycheck, you gotta put something away. All right? So you gotta cut something out. See, I was poor, very poor. I had 3 older brothers. I was the youngest out of 4. Every time you have a big family, it's because I got 6 sisters. The pans get passed down to the youngest. But I was taller than all my brothers. So I'm going to school like that. But it didn't stop. See, I was poor, but I didn't have poor dreams. See, I didn't have poor dreams. So now, you gotta work hard, and then you gotta come up with a strategy to change the situation. But you gotta be the best worker first where you are. See, I excelled at everything I did. I cut people's lawn, I was the best. I was raking leaves, I was the best. I was shoveling people's snow. I was praying for snow in Michigan so I could make some money, you know. And so, but I was the best at it. You see, you gotta be the best at it, and then write it down. In 3 years, this is what I want you to do. Don't do 5 years, that's too long. Don't do 7, that's too long. 10, too long. In 3 years, Alex, you gotta say, I wanna be here in 3 years. Okay? Go, go, go. And then write this down in your phone. Where your phone is. Okay, this is gonna be, young people, write this down. Every young person. You ready, Alex? All right, you're gonna do a SWOT. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Alex, you do a SWOT of yourself. What's your weaknesses? At the end of this year, I want to move one of my weaknesses into the strength column. See, the man I was in 23, I'm not in 24. I've always strived to be better. And I'm always working on self. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better CEO. I'm always working on me. So whatever my weaknesses is, I move to the strength column. All right, jump over there, take that badge off. Because a little man gonna embarrass you if you can't jump up here and give me a chest bump. Good luck. You good.
Okay. What is something that you know now that you wish you knew in your 20s?
Oh, man, what's your name? Terry, why you bring that up? Give me a hold my hand. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. Oh man, it drives me crazy that I gotta tell this story. You ready, Terry? All right, so after I beat Larry Bird, every shoe company came calling. I hate that I gotta tell you this story. So Converse came in, Adidas came in. Converse offered me the most money. And when you're poor, you take the most money. But I didn't know money. My parents didn't know money. So this long-haired dude, long hair, came in, and his name was Phil Knight, and he had just started a company called Nike. Save me, please, save me. And Terry, he said, I can't offer you the cash that Adidas and Converse can offer you, but I got something called stock. Terry, I turned it down. Hold on, no, it gets worse. They just ran an analysis on if I had took the stock in 1979, you know how much money they said I would have today? $1.4 billion. Why is Mary Beth putting you around then to tell me to advise me? So that's it right there. So no money. Understand it. I did okay after that though, you know. My life is okay. But Cookie and I laugh when we sit there. Can you imagine if you had just said yes to the stop? Baby, don't bring that up to me. So let's take a picture. But no money. Understand it. understand investments, those type of things. You don't have to get into it, but understand it, right? What is a stock? What does it mean? What does it do? Okay? So those type of things we should always understand. And so that's the one. That's the big bomb I wanted to drop on you. Come on, let's get us up.
How do you deal with rejection, or what was the first time you ever dealt with rejection? How would you recommend to young people how they deal with rejection going out into the workforce?
Going out to the workforce, being rejected. Well, I've been rejected. So when I tried to make the transition my first time from the basketball court to the boardroom, and I used my money first, and then I wanted growth and sustainability, and I had to use other people's money. Well, the bank turned me down 8 times. So I knew my business thesis, my strategy was really good, and but I didn't lay down on the ground crying about it. I got back up and went to the next thing. And guess what happened? They said yes. So young people, you're gonna get rejection. And it's gonna come in many different forms. Whether it's a job, whether somebody don't want to go out with you or break up with you, it's all gonna happen. So what I tell young people, just you gotta first love yourself. That's number 1. Believe in yourself. That's number 2. See, because if you don't love you, who's gonna love you, right? So once people see you love yourself and you have that confidence in yourself, people will usually gravitate to you. So it's how we deal with rejection, how we deal with losses is really important. Because you're gonna have it. Everybody in here has had a loss. All right, so we just picked up and keep going. And so that's what I would tell them. Pick it up, keep going. Plus, I'm a disciplined man. You know, I get up this morning I got up at 3 o'clock because I had to be here by 9:30. So I just flew in and jumped on the plane, got here. I'm gonna say hello, I'm gonna go back, take my wife to the movie. And tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up at 4 o'clock, because my normal time is 4 a.m. I'm a 4 a.m. person. And so stay disciplined, young people. Stay true to yourself. Don't change. Don't let somebody change who you are. And don't let nobody define what you can become. See, if I was still listening to people, no way I would play in the NBA, no way I would be a businessman today. Now, young people, they telling me I gotta rap it. Because I think we gotta open up the trade show. East Lansing, come take a picture. You come on, let's get a picture. How much time we got? Is it time? I still got a couple minutes? Okay.
I guess what would be a piece of advice that you would share to people who experience burnout in the profession?
Say it again.
What piece of advice would you share for people that experience burnout in this profession? Burnout in this profession. Come here. Did you experience that? Why? I was overworked.
You were overworked. Okay. You ready for this? You sure you're ready? Jennifer, you sure you're ready? Okay. Jennifer, every morning I wake up, I thank God what a blessing for me to wake up. Then I turn and say, man, I grew up, we had Kool-Aid sometimes, no sugar. We had jelly sometimes, no peanut butter. We had just 2 pieces of bread and nothing else. So I wake up saying, oh my goodness, I got a good life, right? And then I'm gonna tell you a secret right quick. Unemployment is real high. So every time I get a job, I'm excited because I could be without one, right? right?
Yes.
Yes. So when you go in now, we're going to go in with passion and fire. And we're going to tell the boss, hey, I'm working hard. I might be overworked, but I'm going to still do what? My what?
Your work.
Your job. That's right. That's right. See, and it's a way you approach your boss is important. Because finish the job first. Then you go say, you know, I've been working hard. 17 hours, 18, 20, whatever it is. But I'm still here doing my job. That's what you got to tell them, okay? Don't complain, because there's a lot of people would love to be in what? Your what? So sometimes enjoy our break on the weekend or something, right? Enjoy our time. You get weekends off?
Yes.
What we talking about then? How you burn out? So you got to take advantage of that time off. See, you talking to the wrong person about burnout. See, I just got up at 3 o'clock. I jumped on the plane at 5. We landed at 9:20. I'm going to work. This is Saturday. I'm working on Saturday. I'm going to fly back. And I'm a husband, so I got to do what I got to do with my wife. Tomorrow we're going to be in church. After church, I'm getting the remote in my hand. Because my wife likes to go with her girlfriends for brunch. Handle that. I like the remote in my hand. She dropped the food. She's off. I'm good. But I'm preparing for what day?
Tomorrow.
That's right. And what day would that be? Sunday.
Sunday.
After Sunday is what?
Or it's Monday.
That's right. My head is getting ready. Because I got goals and dreams. Do you have goals and dreams? So we're going to accomplish those goals and dreams by working hard. We're not going to complain. We know that that check is coming every single what? And so what we're going to do is we're going to put ourselves in a position that we don't have to someday, not work this hard. You know, if I tell you this, you're going to go crazy. 15 years ago, for 15, 20 years, I was on the road for 200 days a year. Can't complain. I got to feed my family. Now, why did I do that? So that on the back end, I don't have to work as hard. Okay? Next week, you want to know my schedule next week? You ready for this? Tuesday night, I'm going to be in Nashville speaking. Wednesday, I'm going to be in Michigan. Thursday, Atlanta. Friday, I'm going to be in Chicago. And then Friday night, I'll take my wife to Europe for vacation. So, I don't make excuses. I just go do my job. You met the right person today. You were supposed to meet me today. You were just supposed to meet me today. All right, let's do it. Put up on your whiteboard, Magic told me that one day it's not going to be like this. Okay? All right. All right, now. Yeah, we got to get our hands. Yeah. Oh. All right, everybody stand up for a minute. I know they're telling me I got to rap. So let me get up on stage. Everybody up. No phone in your hand. No phone in your hand.
You'll get her a break.
If you enjoy this industry that you're in, I'm talking about really love it, you're passionate about it. Clap 2 times. This conference is important. New ways of doing business. Fresh ideals. Don't run away from change. Sometimes you've probably been doing it for 30, 40 years and you must add maybe technology or whatever it is. And if you're going to embrace that, clap 4 times. If you're willing to mentor somebody, because there's a lot of young people out here that need your advice. And young people, if you're going to soak it up, let's clap 6 times. And the last one we're going to do for Kobe, if you can clap 8 and then point up for me, I would love that. Ready, go! Band, you going to send me out? What song are you singing for me?
All I do is win.